Hey, this is Mike with the Utah Fishing Channel. If you decide you like this video, please subscribe to get more fishing tips. It would also be awesome to have you like this video, maybe hit the bell to get notifications when we put up new videos. Thanks for watching. I thought I would just talk about the essential tools you need to start fishing. There's a lot of things that people will say you need. When I first started fishing, there was a ton of different gear I was looking at. I wasn't sure what kind of tackle box to get, what kind of rod to get. The more I fish, the more I realize you don't need very much stuff to catch fish. So I just thought I'd go through the essentials today. Now, to be clear, there's a lot of things you could use as an angler that would be nice to have. There's a lot of cooler ways to fish, but if you just want to catch fish, you just want to get started, if it's just something you want to see if you like, the tools in this video are all you need to catch fish. But the cool thing about fishing is there's so much more than what's in this video. So this is just a starting point. The first thing you're going to need obviously is a fishing rod. And this is my fishing rod that I use for a lot of my videos. It's nothing expensive, but it works. It's a good solid rod. You could even go cheaper than this. I think my first rod was like 20 bucks from Walmart. Obviously, if you're going to stick with fishing for a long time, you're probably going to want a nicer rod than the one that I started out with. But to start out with, that's fine. That's totally fine to start with a cheap rod, cheap reel. You can buy a rod and reel combo that come together, or you can buy the reels separately. There are a lot of bells and whistles on nicer rods, but for me, they don't really matter that much. If I catch fish, I catch fish. Whether you buy a rod and reel combo or just a reel separate from your rod, there probably won't be any fishing line on that reel, so you're going to need to go buy some yourself. I just go with the cheap stuff from Walmart. I would go with about 6 to 8 pound line, and if you're at a store like Sportsman's Warehouse or Cabela's, they can go ahead and spool your reel with the line for you while you're there. The next thing you're going to need is a decent net, and when I say decent net, I don't mean expensive. I just mean it probably should be either rubber or mesh nets. Those are the easiest nets on the fish if you plan to catch and release. If you're not planning on catching and releasing the fish, if you're just planning on keeping the fish, it really doesn't matter what net you have. But having a net really does increase the likelihood that you'll hold on to a fish once you catch it. It makes it easier to land the fish, easier to get the hook out, and then let the fish go if you're planning on letting the fish go. But even if you're just going to catch and keep, I would still recommend having a net there, just because it's a lot easier to put a fish in a net than try to wrestle it with your hands. The next tool I think you need is just a good set of pliers, and as you can see, they're nothing special. The ones I use are just normal pliers. You can buy them at Walmart, you can buy them anywhere you want. They have like specialized fishing pliers, they have forceps, things like that. I've found that honestly, as far as pliers go, these just do the job, and I would just go with a set of decent pliers from whatever store you find them at. Now I want to talk about what goes on the other end of the line. All you're going to need is these. These are just eagle claw hooks. I don't know if you can see them there. It doesn't matter what hook you get, to be honest. But you want to get about a size 8. If you are at the store and you can't figure out sizing, just go with a small hook. So you just get a small hook and go and grab some split shot. And that's it. All you're going to do is you're going to tie the hook on the end of your line, and then about 6 inches above your hook, you're going to put one single split shot. And if the water's really deep and really fast, you can add more split shot if you want. As far as what you're going to put on the hook, honestly, I've found that there's really nothing better than night crawlers. You can just take a piece of night crawler, put it on your hook, cast it upstream with that split shot, let it tumble down the bottom of the stream, and when you feel that fish, set the hook. You could use a bobber if you wanted to as well, but I've found that fishing from the bottom of a lake is usually more effective than fishing from the top with a bobber, in my experience. Fishing with a night crawler is the most effective way to catch a fish, but it's not always the best way for the fish. To explain what I mean, if you don't set the hook fast enough, the fish will swallow that night crawler really fast, and then you have a gut hooked fish. And if you have a gut hooked fish and you are trying to catch and release, that is not a good thing. The best thing to do in that scenario is to just cut the line and let the fish go. But if you keep the line tight while you're fishing with a night crawler and you set the hook as soon as you feel the nibble from the fish, then you'll have no problems with gut hooking the fish. So here's a quick recap on the 6 essential tools you need to go fishing. Obviously, you've got the rod and reel. I'm counting that as one. The net, size 8 hook, a split shot, pliers, and night crawlers. I don't even think you need a tackle box. You can keep the hooks and the split shot in their little bags. Carry the pliers, the hooks, and the split shot in your pocket. Maybe have a little bag or a big pocket for the night crawlers, and no tackle box needed. If you have any additional fishing tips that you think I should include in my videos, or if there's any essential gear that you think I left out, please comment below or send me an email. I will be sure to give you credit for that and get that information out to the Utah Fishing Channel community in the next video. I hope you found this video to be helpful and that you get out there and catch some fish.